Hi, welcome to this video tutorial. Today I've decided to discuss about the life cycle of Durandal. There are relatively few documentation online out there about this topic, and from my personal experimentation, for my personal experience, this is one of relatively hard topic to grasp when starting with Durandal, and this is mostly due to the cause that even in the official documentation things are described in a robust way and very difficult to grasp, and that's why I've decided to make this small video tutorial with short description and a small demo to bring you directly to the point and show you how this life cycle is working. So what is important is that mastering life cycle is essential in understanding how a Durandal single application works. This one in general, and by definition, a web page life cycle is a sequence of events that happen between the request and the response. So that's it. During the initialization of the application, whenever we launch the application, things start with the index here, which load the config and the main module that we have here. We know that Durandal is using require.js, and in require.js the convention is that the module will take the name of the module will correspond to the name of the file. So here it loads this main module that we have here, main.js here, which in turn will configure the application and launch the shell module. Then the shell module will load the router and configure the router, and then the router will manage the page applications. And this is relatively good diagram I've taken it from this book here, and if you want to know more, you may try to buy this book online and dig more into the details. Then about the life cycle in page life cycle in Durandal itself, it is divided into two parts: the activation life cycle and the composition life cycle. So if you want to return something here, just know that the page life cycle is divided into two parts: the activation life cycle, and then the composition life cycle. In the activation life cycle, we have here a life cycle which control the activation and deactivation of the page. Durandal make use of different methods called callback functions to access different part of the life cycle. So for this part of the activation life cycle, Durandal will offer the developer different methods to control this life cycle, this activation life cycle. And here are some of the methods. We have can deactivate, it should be deactivate. We have can deactivate, which which can return true or false, or even a redirection. Like here, you can redirect to a new page. And we have can activate, which return true or false or redirect, same as the deactivate can deactivate function. And then Next one is the activate, and here is the most important one of the most important. This is the most important callback function, because here relatively a lot of the logic of the application will happen here, and it is usually here that we will make the request to the server to load the data. So this one, usually using Ajax, we can make some request to the server to return some data. So here the most you just have to return in majority of time in the application you are going to write a lot of logics here, and we have the activate, which can return anything. Now we have this for functions, and to make it clear, suppose that we have two pages, one old pages and then a new page. We want to go from this whole page to the new page, and what will happen is that in the old page, whenever we are in the old page here, can deactivate will be called. Whenever you start, can deactivate is called, and if it returns yes, then the control will be passed to the new page, which will call can activate. And if it is yes, then the control will go back again to the control will not go back, but it will call the activate in the new page and show the page, then go back again in the old page and then deactivate it, so that we can see the new page that has been activated. And what is good is know that at each step here, if we return false, if false is returned, then the control will be transition will be preempted, and this activation and deactivation usually take place during the transitions. So it's mostly during the transition that we are going to see these effects. Next is the composition life cycle. So here it is responsible for taking the composition life cycle is responsible for taking the view and the view model, bind them together, and then insert them in the DOM. Do not get frustrated till now, and we'll go later on. I will make a special tutorial and explain this composition stuff in the more detail. So don't get frustrated about this theoretical stuff. We go to the demo to make it more clearer. So in the composition lifecycle, we have different callback methods like get view, URL, and activate here is coming back again. So among different callback method that we have in both activation lifecycle and the composition lifecycle, activate is the only callback that is present in both of them, is the callback that bind both of them together. So because we have it in composition and in the activation here, so you only have one of them that join the two life cycle together. The next one is the binding. The binding completes, and then the attach. Attach here is very important, because, and if you have not yet burned your finger, but just know that if you want to make, suppose like write some Jquery to access some, to make some DOM manipulations, and it is here that we are going to put our Jquery. We cannot put it in any of these other callback method is only here in the attach that we can put our jQuery to make the DOM manipulation. So then the next one is the composition complete, and then the detach. In here is the complete list of the combined lifecycle that I've taken from the Durandal official web page with descriptions, at least with the formal description of different callbacks. And here we have get view and view URL that belong to the composition lifecycle, and they can deactivate that belong to the activation lifecycle, which allow previous object to cancel deactivation. So usually I don't like if this is just a Jquery, and here I'm not going to talk too much about this thing. Let us go to the demo so that I can show you what I've been talking about. So here is my web page that I have prepared. I have prepared this small application, Durandal application, that has two pages, page A and B. And here we have our console. So if you don't know how to use the console, you just right click it, then go to inspect, then console here. So I would like to show you when you will be moving, for example, from A to B. I will show you from here. You are going to see different activation, like how different callback are called and in which order they are called and when are they called. So here this small application has two pages, as I have told you. Here maybe I can show you this is the application here, and we have the shell here, and we have the shell JavaScript, the main module, and here we have in the view we have two views, page A and page B, and in the view model we have page A and page B. And here this is the content of for A here, this the HTML of page A, and page B this is the HTML with some Knockout.js code in with data binding from Knockout.js. Then here you have the model of view model of page A, and here you can see here that we defined our module here. This definition here is we define our module, and then in the return type here we return this CTO that we have here, and this is here in the return. You can see that we return, or it is in the return that we put different callback methods. Here you have can activate, here which will write some message. This message page A can activate to in the console whenever it will be called, and here you set it to true to always give this will always pass. So this will always pass. If you return false, then you will see that the activation, as I will show you, that we have going to see some unexpected effects. Then follow is the activate here. Then here you have the get view, which will return the view page A view, and next one is the binding, and then the binding complete, the attach, the composition completes, can deactivate, and finally detach. The same set of callback methods are also found in the B page, except that here in the B page we have some observable attributes here, and the books here is observable. We return the books, and in can activate here. You like to ask the user if you really want to move from B to other pages. For example, if the user is in page B, you want to go back to page A, then you like to request to prompt the user if you want to move to the next page. And this type of features here can be called in the can activate. And in the activate, as I told you, here is in the activate that we can make some requests to the server to return some data, and here we are just pushing some value in our books, different books. Then here and the same thing as before. Now let us go to our application and try to load it and see what happens. So when we load the application the first time, we see that it starts with can activate. Here can activate as check if we can, this page A can be activated. If return here page A can activate, yes, true, it can be activated. Then it goes to the next, then it activated here, and activate can activate is called. After that one, activate is called. Then after we know that the page know that after the activation is done, then we have the get view, which return the view here, the view, then follow with the binding, and then the attach, which insert this view in the DOM. And then when the composition is complete here, and then the composition is complete. Now if we click on page B, then what happened? Here we have, because we want to change from page A to page B, then can deactivate is called from page B and requesting, do you want to deactivate function. This is in the cycle. Here we try to check if in our specification here it's possible to deactivate the page. Here deactivate here, okay, it is true by default, it is true here. This not, no, we are not returning false, it is true. Then sorry, so we have here page A can deactivate, then page B can activate is called. Now if we say yes now, then the control go to page B, and the same thing as before happen. Then here after can activate is executed, activate can activate from page B is activated. Then in page A we have deactivate, so page A go off, and then B is definitely activated. Then we have the get view, and then binding complete, and so on. So now if we want to go back to page A, we click here, the same thing happen. So can deactivate B, yes, then the control is gone here. But if we click here and say no, then we see that the the control remain in page A. Now the next thing that I would like to show you is the jQuery here. Now if you want to make use of the jQuery, here I have this script here, jQuery script here. In page B here we have the ID, that is demo. So we want to make use of jQuery in our Durandal application. So where are we going to put it? Remember I told you in we are in page B, so we go in model, in the view model of page B here. For example, if we put this code here, this jQuery in demo, and execute it, we see that nothing happened. And usually this is the problem that anyone new to this Durandal will face, because we don't really know. We would want to make some if you are not maybe too familiar with the Knockout.js, would like to make use of jQuery, and then doesn't know, and then don't know where to put this to make this jQuery and make it accessible, to make some DOM manipulation. Then what you have to do here is to take this jQuery code here and add it in the attach here. Now if we add it in the attach and go back again and refresh our page, sorry, let us go to the main page here, and then if you go in page B, now you see that here the border of our div is stone red, and then our jQuery is really working. So this is a bit what I wanted to show with you about this life cycle. I hope that you have written something, and I also know that it's a very difficult topic. And then yeah, my intention was just to share with you what I know about my experience with lifecycle in Durandal. So I hope that you have learned something, and then if you have any question, do not hesitate to drop a comments, and then stay tuned for the next tutorial. Ciao.